Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks a lot to be there with us. You're watching Campus France Live. Today we're going to talk about higher education in France, and we are going to discover a French business school, ESSCA School of Management. To talk about ESSCA and discover the programs and the student life, I'm very pleased to welcome Franck Gavoil, Director of the Grande École Programme and MSc. Hello, Franck.
Hello.
Thanks a lot to be there with us. I'm here in Paris with you, Sabine Ishikawa. Hello.
Hello.
You're the director of the Luxury and Innovation Institute. We're also with a student in MSc International and Sustainable Management, Ewan Béchat. Hello, Ewan.
Hello.
Thanks a lot to be there with us. And we are with an alumni of the MSc in International Finance, who is now working for Amazon as a program manager too, Victoria Yazbek. Hello, Victoria.
Hey everyone. Very happy to be here with you.
Thanks a lot. And my first question was really easy. Can you introduce yourself, Franck?
I'm Franck Gavoil. I'm professor in Human Resource Management, and I'm the director of the Master in Management and MSc Master of Science programs at ESSCA.
Okay, and can you introduce and present ESSCA? Tell us more about the school.
Yeah, okay. So ESSCA is the global Triple Crown business school, Triple Crown accredited business school. And the mission of the school to build the graduates' future. And as future builders, we aim to empower and inspire our ethically minded students to express their talent. ESSCA is where responsible leaders develop the critical and creative thinking skills to excel in some of the most dynamic sectors of modern day business. First of all, as a business school with a deep international vocation, it's important for ESSCA to offer its students a variety of study destinations. This is why we have campuses not only in France, but also in Central Europe, in Budapest, and on the Asian continent, in China, in Shanghai. But beyond that, our campuses destination have been carefully selected to ensure that students benefit from local environment that will support their studies and ultimately their choice of career. That's what we can say about the institution, about the different programs. In total, we run 9 master's level programs at ESSCA today, including the Master in Management Master, 8 MSc programs, specialized masters in business, digital marketing, sustainability, and luxury. So our exciting postgraduate management portfolio is offered not only in French, but also and mainly in English. For the Master in Management and for 5 of the MSc program. So that means admissions are also open to international students who want to study at a French business school in Paris especially.
There is a question that the students often have. It's what are the differences between the MIM and MSc programs, and why should applicants choose one rather than another?
So it depends on the length of your background first, and depend on the length you can stay in the program. So the Master's in Management is a 5-year general management program that can be joined in years 1, in year 3 or 4. Many of our international students decide to join us after completing an undergraduate degree in their home country and stay at ESSCA for 2 years. The Master in Management is a study of mixed range of advanced business and management topics before choosing a specialization in management, finance, or marketing for the final years. It's transdisciplinary in nature, and it allows students to gradually build up knowledge and skills in a field that specifically interests them for the future. We also require our international students to get a pre-experience internship at the end of the curriculum, which considerably enhances their employment and early career development prospects. And in comparison, the MSc is more designed for a student who already have completed a 4-year undergraduate degree and who do have a clear idea of the career they want to work in and the kind of specialization they want to get. So they join us after with the equivalent of 240 European credits, so basically 4-year undergraduate degree in their home country, and they come to study for 12 months. They can the course they will follow will be highly specialized and taught by experts in the field chosen by the students. So at ESSCA, we offer 8 MSc programs ranging from international finance to luxury marketing, with graduates finding employment opportunities around the world very quickly in the specialization area. So one is more general, more for general management, and will be recognized, highly recognized for accreditation. And the MSCs are much more for specialization and those who already have been acquainted to management, if I may say.
Thanks a lot for this good presentation of the different programs. Can you tell us more about the different specialization that you offer?
Sure. So we do have a master in management with specialization in international management, finance, or marketing. We also have an MSc in international finance, which will bring up students to get acquainted with corporate finance and financial markets, and which will prepare to the CFA certificate. Also MSc in digital and big data for value. We have an MSc in entrepreneurship and design thinking with the University of Laval in Canada. So it's double degree MSc. We do have an MSc International and Sustainable Management for a career regarding the corporate social responsibility, the ethics, and the ecological transition. That is much more and more a subject for companies now. And we have 2 MScs in Shanghai, one in luxury marketing and the other one in digital marketing and business. And we're launching next semester in September one new program, which will be the MSc Global Business Management for those who do not have a background in management, and the MSc International Luxury Marketing will be offered in Paris.
Ewan, as I told already, you're a student in MSc International Sustainable Management. Why did you choose especially this program? I think we have a little issue with your mic. Can you
hear me now?
Yeah, that's perfect. That's perfect. We can hear you.
Okay. So I chose this program because I've always been passionate about taking a leadership role, especially in social and environmental issues. So, and I also know that sustainability management is becoming more and more important in organizations. So when ESSCA created this opportunity, I did not hesitate to take it. So, yeah.
And you, Victoria, why did you choose your MSc in international finance, where you were when you were a student?
Yeah, so for me, it was a perfect match, the master's, because I was coming from an engineering background and I wanted to have this shift from engineering into finance. So I took this chance to apply for the international finance program. Also because it has a lot to offer in terms of knowledge, classes. Like I saw the curriculum, it was very clean and well tied. It has also a lot to offer in terms of diversity and networking, so both on a student and professor levels. Yeah, it was a perfect match for me and for my career plan, so I took the chance.
Sabine, hello again. Can you first introduce yourself in a few words?
Yes, so my name is Sabine Ishikawa. I'm usually based on the Shanghai campus, ESSCA Shanghai campus. And I run the MSc EU Asia Luxury Marketing. And I'm very happy to have the opportunity to present also today our new program, which will be launched in Paris in September.
And we have a question really interesting regarding the duration of the different programs. How long do all the programs last?
So for the MSc lasts 18 months because students also have a 6-month internship. And in the case of the program in Shanghai, your students can stay and have internships in Asia or anywhere in the world. And with the new program as well, it will be, say, 18 months, and students can work anywhere in the world.
We are now going to talk more about the different programs and about the pedagogy. First of all, can you tell us how is the pedagogy organized and what is the balance between practical and theoretical courses?
Okay. So first of all, the way we developed a program is by talking with the industry leaders and the HR managers to understand the skills required in each industry. So in the case of the program I run, I meet all the luxury players, either in Shanghai or in Paris, and I build the program around the needs of the future needs of managers of these very specific industries, where the understanding of culture is important, and understanding the context of consumer markets. So we build case studies. We have case studies in class. We have real company projects. So there is a balance between theory and practice. And students get to understand, I would say, the global market of luxury, which is a still booming market. And this market recovered very quickly after the COVID. So I can only say that students will have a lot of opportunities to work in the coming years. And this is what ESSCA is providing, is the skills to enter these very demanding companies.
And you have, I imagine, strong links with the professional world. You have like companies that follows you, that have been following you for a long time.
Absolutely. So personally, I have a strong network in the industry. We have the network of alumni. And all the companies that have hired our students in the past years, since the program in Shanghai was launched in 2016. So we have students who are already in the industry working for the large groups, like LVMH, Richemont, L'Oréal, and the large groups, and also I would say more smaller designer brands. And we have a network built through the school. The school has a strong industry network. So we have many networks that students can use when they're looking for internships and jobs.
Ewan, can you describe a little bit the experience you have as a student in the different courses? How does it work? What kind of pedagogy do you have? Do you have a lot of projects related to the professional world? How is it for you?
So far, it's going pretty good, I would say. And also, we've been involved in so many group projects so far, which are professional projects that are related to the professional world. And also some of the courses are backed up with case studies. And so far it's going really great. And I would say.
What is your favorite class with all the different courses that you have? What do you really like when you're working?
Actually, this is a bit difficult question, but I would say if I have to choose, I would say global marketing strategies, because given the fact that I have marketing experience, I was very interested to find out more. And also, I know that the professors are very experienced in their field, and they're very motivating. So, I'm always encouraged to take those courses.
Frank, we're going to talk a little bit more about the different programs. So can you tell us which one of the different programs you present are the new programs?
So one of the newest program we will launch in next September is the Master in Global Business Management. So this is the MSc dedicated to students who do have 240 European credits equivalent. They do have graduates in something, but management, which means that student with no business background, could be in science, in engineering, social humanities, with arts, law, whatever. But the objective is to give them the skills and the knowledge for management. So this program will prepare the graduates for the challenge of senior management position in companies of any size operating with a global business context. Actually, employers are increasingly looking for graduates with both the technical expertise and skills to manage teams, manage projects, manage budgets in multinational business environments. So, building on the original expertise of the students, the program will equip them with the techniques and the knowledge to become an innovative professional manager with a global vision. So we will also help them to develop a crucial awareness of the specific challenges faced by firms working with multicultural teams in modern day global business environments. So this is a unique opportunity to work on a real-world export consultancy project, engage with the company that are shaping the future of French industry, and to participate to multiple activities as a European trip to enhance the awareness of the international business. So this MSc, Global Business Management, will specifically recruit students with global mindset for a range of international backgrounds, but also having the most different teams you can have in this class, because we are looking for a different kind of backgrounds too.
And Sabine, ESSCA already has a luxury MSc. What is the specificity of the new program?
Okay, so the first master degree that was launched in between Europe and Asia was focusing very much on the Chinese consumers and Chinese markets. And we realized that there is a need to be embedded here in Paris, the capital of luxury, to be closer to the headquarters. And we have this knowledge of Asian markets, which are leading today the global luxury business. There are about 45% of consumers who will come from China in 2025. So this is, I would say, one of our expertise. And with this new program, we open to global markets and global students. So not only they can study the best practices of luxury companies, but they can bring back to their home country this knowledge and expertise on how to develop brands with prestige and heritage, and also create new brands, and at the same time understand the cultural specificities, consumer specificities of consumers all around the world. So we have, I would say, the expertise of Asian markets, of international markets, and at the same time, we're embedded here, so students can have more conferences given by industry players. We visit a lot of locations and hotels and headquarters, and they have also the opportunity to meet the HR managers from the headquarters. So I would say these two master degrees are complementary, and the students can benefit from all the international network and all the professors we have from different nationalities.
And how is the program preparing students to enter these different industries?
So as I was mentioning earlier, we have a lot of case studies. So some case studies are done with companies, real company projects for the second semester. And this system, I would say, will continue with the second program, which is a new format. In the past years, we have had projects with Louis Vuitton, for example, Moët & Chandon in Champagne, Patek Philippe. These companies were based in Shanghai. I was with the headquarters of the Shanghai office. And today, this year, we are having a very interesting project in high jewelry with a very famous luxury brand. And students can hear the managers give them a real marketing issue to solve. And then students have to work on it and find solutions and then present their solutions to the managers. So I would say the whole program prepares students to behave as consultants, think as consultants, find practical solutions. So the whole curriculum is based on equipping students with a global mindset and at the same time giving precise, feasible marketing solutions. And I would say both programs have many things in common, but this new program is going to help students understand more the cultural context, which is extremely important in this industry, where students need to understand how to create desire and base their marketing campaigns on emotions, and understand consumer psychology at the same time. So I would say we have this expertise in ESSCA, and we have also a lot of foreign students. So we understand their needs, and a lot of them dream of creating a new brand when they go back home, wherever it is in the world. So we can help them also build their own personal project.
So that's a good way. And I imagine that when you're working on a real project for a real company, you can show your skills, and then it's a good way to be higher in the future if you are showing that you're a good worker, that you're good in what you're doing.
Absolutely. This is a way for companies also to notice future applicants and candidates. And we also invite companies to come and talk to our students. For example, it can be L'Oreal HR manager. It can be companies from watch industry, cosmetics, fashion, wines and spirits. And these interaction with companies are really at the core of this program. And through also visits to important flagship stores here in Paris, students can hear the managers explaining about the brands, the products, the consumer needs and profiles, and the mix of, yes, as I said, real cases and theory together, and interaction with the network enables students to understand what are the needs and how to build their own skills to enter this industry.
Victoria, as I said earlier, you're now an alumni, you're working for Amazon, but when you were a student in the MSc International Finance, did you have all these group projects, and how did it help you in your present career? Did it maybe give you some good practices? Did it give you maybe some skills in the communication in groups? How did it help you in your career?
Yeah, very good question. So going back to the projects that I had in ESSCA, so I can say that this was the first step for me in order to get into the internship that I got, and like for me now to be in my career, because it gave me a lot of examples and a lot of skills and knowledge to share when I had even the interviews, when I had also like the first projects that I developed in terms of the internship, etc. So I would never imagined myself, let's say it this way, to have this proper baggage or the proper skill set to fight for my internship or for my position right now.
We're now going to talk about the admission, because I imagine that it's a question that people are asking themselves if they are watching us. How do I get to ESSCA? Frank, my first question, really easy. What background do you require to apply to the different programs?
Depends on the program you're seeking to follow. So to apply for the MSc programs, you must have the equivalent of 240 European credit system credits. So the equivalent of a 4-year bachelor degree to apply it for one of the MSc. If you were seeking for the global business manager, you don't need to have any background in management or in business. But for all the others MSc, they see the specialization following a background in management. So you must have 240 credits validated in a management background. And if you hold a 3 years bachelor degree, you can apply in the 2-year master in management program.
And what are then the different steps to apply to one of the program?
So for international students, the process is to complete the online application on the ESSCA website. You download the transcripts of your studies of the different years, write down a cover letter, motivation, explain your motivation for the MSc, and you will be received for an admission interview. And do not hesitate to contact the admission teams for any question. They are there for help you with the process.
Maybe you can tell us, Ewan, a few words about your application process, because as Frank just said, there is a motivation letter to write. What did you put inside? How did you prepare it? Was it really a formal letter? Or was it the way for you to show which future professional you were going to be? What did you put inside?
To start with the application process, honestly speaking, the application process was very easy and fast, I would say. And also, ESSCA was guiding me throughout all the process, so which makes it easier for me. And also, as Frank said, I sent the first step I did was to send my academic documents. Of course, and then they sent me an application to be filled. After that, I was invited for an interview. And also, I was supposed to write a motivational letter, and in the motivational letter, well, I tried to show my motivation, my confidence, and I was trying to be clear about my goals. So, yeah. That's what I did on my motivation letter as well.
Frank, what is the calendar to apply? What are the big deadlines for the future students?
So the new edition is starting in September 2022, but the deadline for application is by the end of June.
And what are you exactly looking for in the student application forms?
We do have, if I may say, we do have a very open admissions policy in terms of what we're looking for in our future students. ESSCA is much more a place where we will do everything we possibly can to support and inspire students to meet their potential and express their unique talent. So we are looking for students who understand they will have an active role in helping us to achieve this. Open and generous mind, hard worker attitude, and healthy dose of personal ambition to go with it. But at the same time, creating future means that we believe the community has a key role to play in shaping a better practice in business and management. That means we're especially looking for ethically minded students who will be able to make a positive difference to society thanks to their talent and imagination. And overall, the important thing is that applicants feel ESSCA is a place where they can create their own future, of course, with our help.
And if they want more information about the process, if they have questions, they can contact directly the administration. Can they talk maybe with students to help them to make sure it's their project and their good project?
The international campus will receive any applicants. You can directly ask for information and for a meeting on the ESSCA campus and the international website. So feel free to contact them, and there will always be somebody to answer your questions and to help you with the process and to tell you if the program fits with you or not.
And a question that many students can have: do you propose scholarship or financial aid, and how to apply to them?
So we are at ESSCA. We are very committed to recognize and to nurturing talent wherever it may be. So a range of talent-based scholarship is open to students based on their nationality and based on their academic background. So admitted candidates can apply for a second round of of help in March. But we recommend they apply as soon as possible for scholarship rounds and also for the visa issues. So don't wait the last minute. Contact the teams if you feel ready to apply. This is the good moment because we are already at the end of January and it's still in. There's still one in March. So 1 month to get there.
We're now going to talk about the student life. How is it like to be a student at ESSCA? I will first ask you the question. Ewan, you're a student in the MSc International and Sustainable Management. How does it feel to be at ESSCA? What is your daily life? What are the different activities that you can do at the school?
The student life is very, very nice in ESSCA, I would say, because as an international student, you have the opportunity to meet students from around the world and to be able to share experience, of course, and also you will be able to exchange culture, so which I believe is very important. And also, we do a lot of activities in the school. For example, last week we did an SDG game, which is based on sustainable development goals. And so, yeah, we really had a great time playing a board game. And so I had a great time.
That was a good way to discover and to work with the other. Franck, what is the idea behind this? You want to be a school where students can learn and can develop their professional skills, but you want also to be a place where students can have an experience.
Yes, and we want it to be an international learning environment for any students in our campuses. So whether you're French or an overseas student, the learning experience we provide at ESSCA has been designed to equip students with the intercultural understanding, people skills, techniques for successful career in the global business environment. So for a start, joining ESSCA means joining a community of about 6,000 students representing 30 nationalities and everything that means both inside and out of the classroom. So you also be, if you join ESSCA, you'll also be learning alongside distinguished academic and business experts. Sabine is an academic, but she's also a business expert. She had an expertise and experiences in luxury industries. So the faculty staff, the professors, the business experts will offer cutting-edge course content with truly global perspective from their own international practices, actually. And finally, as a well-established, internationally accredited ACSB, EMBA, EQUIS, Triple Crown Business School, over time we have been able to develop a powerful network of academic and business partners. And they offer our students incomparable opportunities for study abroad and international placement worldwide.
Victoria, you have been studying at ESSCA for a few months. What is your best memory of your student life at ESSCA?
The best memory I can say maybe from a personal perspective. So the international environment where we were like from 7 countries, different nationalities. So this was the best thing that ever happened to me, I can say. And those people are still in my life until now. So this networking stuff that we had together, all the activities that we did, I can never forget this. So I can say that the people that I met there are really the best thing that ever happened.
A very practical question for you, Franck. Do you provide accommodation services? How does it work to find an accommodation on the different campuses, Franck?
Okay, so we encourage candidates to apply as early as possible to have plenty of time to prepare in advance. situation. In several French cities, such as Paris, finding accommodation is easier if you do it before summer. So, however, our friendly colleagues will be happy to provide to you. We propose seminars and finding accommodation, some tips, some contacts, and suggestions that will be shared upon registration. We also have the community of students who do leave their flats, and they can recommend you for the landlord. So there is a turnover in places, but we must know it as soon as we can.
We're now going to talk, maybe before talking about the professional world, I have the last question for you, Ewan. It's always a little bit complicated to go to another country, a new country, when you maybe sometimes don't know the language. You have to learn a different culture, to learn to meet new people. How was it for you? Did you have some fears before joining the school, and how did it finally go for you?
At the beginning, it was a bit challenging, of course, coming from a completely different background. It was a bit challenging, but then once I'm used to the life and, once I started meeting new people and sharing experiences, everything now becoming easy for me now. And also, at the beginning, trying to get an accommodation was a bit challenging, but then thanks to the ESSCA came to the rescue, and I finally got to live in the cruise apartment, as mentioned previously by Frank. I'm now living in a cruise apartment, and the experience.
So that was kind of easy for you. We're now going to talk about the professional world. What are the different opportunities to work during the studies with the internships, and how does it go when you're graduated from the school? Let's begin with you, Sabine. My first question is it possible to do an internship during the different programs?
Yes, absolutely. The students need to have an internship to graduate. And among the students we recruit, they often have an experience in luxury companies prior to joining. They don't have to, but it may help. And students who have worked in different countries and who have, I would say, studied in different types of programs before coming to the school, bring this expertise and their network to the class, and then I would say students can learn and I would say expand their horizon by meeting people from different countries and who have studied different backgrounds. With the new program, we welcome students from any background, because they can have a few months of catch up on management. So they can come from any background, any country. And what I would like to explain is that this program looks very niche and very specialized, but it's actually very open, because we're talking about so many industries and different positions in marketing. So students discover step by step that they can actually enter an industry and a position they may never have heard about before. So a lot of students want to work, for example, as a product manager, and then they realize they could be a buyer, they could be in trade marketing, they could be in digital marketing, communication expert. So the more they mingle with people from different backgrounds and countries, and the more they open up and expand their horizon on careers they could have in the future.
Can you tell us and can you give us some examples maybe of the internships student had the opportunity to do at ESSCA?
Yes. So we have students who have worked in Yves Saint Laurent, Balenciaga, Balmain, for example, in communication departments. We have students working in product management, product launching new products. And we have students also working in the hotel industry for Shangri-La, for example, Shangri-La Hotel from Asia. We have students working in high jewelry, in champagne, like Piper Heidsieck. High jewelry would be more like Van Cleef & Arpels and the Chanel. And we have students also who want to be in smaller companies and be closer to the designer and have a feel of the fashion shows and the glamour of the fashion industry. But some students prefer to be maybe a business analyst. And if they have an engineering background, they could work maybe in the understanding the process of building a very strong brands, working on the operation side, supply chain. So I would say for this new program we're launching, we will accept students with different backgrounds, and this will enrich the student experience. And then there are so many jobs in these industries. We're talking about at least 200 companies with a turnover, so world turnover that will reach more than 435 billion dollars in 2025, according to the estimates. So there is also a growth of 6 to 8% annually, even after the COVID. So the companies are recovering. I would say the opportunities are quite wide in terms of industries, again, in terms of jobs they can reach in marketing, but also in retail, merchandising, and working in I would say, the job of their dream. So we show them the glamour, but we also teach about the industrial part, the supply chain, the operations, sustainable management, ethics, so that they are ready to be the manager of the future, and they can use the digital courses they have, and they will be able to develop these brands, I would say, in whatever country they will go back to after the program.
As I said, Victoria, you're now working at Amazon as a program manager. How did you find this opportunity, and how did the different internships you had the opportunity to do help you to work now at Amazon, which is, we can say, a big company where a lot of people like you want to work? How was it for you?
Yeah, so I can say that my internship was the first step of me throwing my hat in the ring. So it was very interesting. I actually joined Amazon first for my internship as a business analyst, and it was in Lille, in a fulfillment center in Lille. So the internship itself was very enlightening, and I was very lucky to work with such ambitious and hardworking leaders. So the team, when I first joined, actually, for the internship, the team trusted me, and I was assigned two big projects. One is related to process improvement, and the other one is dedicated to performance management. So when I was done with those two projects, I had the opportunity to land a job at Amazon by itself. So I also joined Amazon for a full-time job after my internship directly, and yeah, so after this, I changed basically fulfillment centers. So I went from Lille to Orléans, then from Orléans to Bretigny-sur-Orge. So I had different opportunities, and yes, to land my last job now as a program manager in Paris.
Ewan, do you already know what you want to do after you graduate? And did you really have the opportunity to do some internship, or are you going to do in a few weeks, few months?
Yeah, I'll be doing my internship in the future because I'm still taking some courses. Probably at the end of this year, I'll definitely take the internship. So, yeah.
And do you already know in which field you want to work? Do you already have a passion, or are you waiting for seeing the different opportunities and maybe thinking more about it?
Yes, actually, it's a little bit tricky now because I have 5 courses to cover from now. And I still haven't decided yet which one to choose, because I feel like I have to finish them and see where I will be more interested on. But of course, besides the fact that sustainability is what's interesting me.
That's
So
interesting. That's really interesting, Sabine, because students can take their time, can discover, can explore, thanks to the different classes, thanks to the different projects that you offer them. Maybe it's one of the key features of ESSCA, taking the time to discover yourself and to see what you want to do.
Yes, that's a very interesting point you're mentioning. Actually, we have a class on HR at the very beginning, first semester. So the students have the feedback of a professional, and they understand what type of organizations are in these industries, what kind of positions exist. And then step by step, they build their interest. They have, of course, readings. They have visits to companies, museums, and important locations. And then they have these case studies. And through all the people they meet throughout the semester, they discover that actually they may want to work, I don't know, in the watch industry. They usually have a passion before they come in the program. And when I notice this passion, I suggest students to build the courses, I mean, not the courses, but the companies that will study during the semester. I suggest to follow their interests. So it can be, as I said, watches, wine and spirits. And the more they will study these specific companies, and the more they will increase their chances to be hired. This is how we have one of our students who is managing a very beautiful store in around Opéra, a store called Bucherer, which sells all the luxury watches. It's the largest store to sell luxury watches. And now our alumni is only 23 years old. And I remember very much his passion before he joined. And today he's managing 40 people.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. So when we visit the store with our class every year, they can really see the importance of passion, and then an interest, very deep interest for the company culture, the history, the storytelling, the heritage. So I would say each sector has a very specific culture, each sector and each company. And this is what students discover all through the program. And then step by step, they enter a company of their dream. So we have another student who entered L'Oréal this January. She's working for Armani. And I remember she was also, I know her for 2-3 years. She was very passionate about cosmetics, and she's working in the press and communication department. So typically these students who are starting their career in these large groups or smaller companies are part of the strengths of the program, because we're building over the years a network, a community. And there's also a new ESSCA luxury society that was created by students, by themselves. And even before they join the program, students can meet other passionate people. They can organize events and conferences. And I would say in this industry, the relationships you have built are very important on a long-term basis. So I have been in this industry for more than 30 years, and these networks, these communities help you all along your life, your long career. And I would say it starts in the program, but even before, when students have an interest, sometimes for many years, and then we help them, we equip them to enter these companies where they can develop their skills and talents.
We're now going at the end of this live session, but before leaving you, I'm going to ask Frank and Sabine a few words to conclude. Frank, according to you, what makes ESSCA different from the other schools?
We offer students a unique combination of history and modernity. ESSCA has been preparing leaders for management careers since 1909. So we are an old institution, and we've been delivering pioneering programs designed to, I may say, future-proof our students throughout their career. That means that everything we do is centered around students' present and future well-being. So we are stimulating our staff to provide a learning experience and management education that is a force for responsible and innovative business practice. To me, that's the major difference for ESSCA.
Thanks a lot. And you, Sabine, what would be your advice for the people watching us today and wanting to join the school and to join maybe the new luxury program?
From my experience in Shanghai, first, I see the students who have an open mind, who are curious to discover other countries and other cultures, have an advantage for the future of these industries. So ESSCA has more than 250 partners around the world. So inside of the school, there are opportunities to meet students from everywhere, and then students can go to other campuses. And when they join a luxury company, well, they realize that the luxury business is global. Only 10% of, for example, LVMH Group, only 10% of their turnover is in France. Most of these large groups depend heavily on emerging markets, on other countries besides even if the headquarters are here, they depend on markets all over the world. So these programs are global. The way we teach, the way we recruit, the projects we do, and the work opportunities are global. So I would advise students to be curious, read, visit places, museums, and your own personal interest and culture. This is what you bring in the program and what you bring in the companies. And it's not enough to have very good grades. It's not enough to be good in many subjects. What is your interest, your personal interest that will make you stand out when you join these companies? What will show that you have something to bring, and that you have the sensitivity to understand the world of aesthetics, design, and even though I was talking about industry and all the support departments, on the surface we see a lot of glamour and image, but what is behind is very strong organizations with very strong business models, and students have this ability to learn both. So what is behind? How are these companies built? What is their business model from the beginning? Who are the founders? How do you create a company that is so appealing for 100, 200, 300 years? And at the same time, how do you adapt to today, to the digital experience, how to build a seamless experience in store, how to create innovative products? So it is a very broad and complete program, and then students will be able to discover also, as I said, their own talents, and they will find a company that will hire them, that's for sure.
That's a very positive way to end this live session. Thanks a lot, Franck, Sabine, Ewan, and Victoria, for having been with us today, and thanks to you for having watched us. If you still have questions about ESSCA and the different programs, don't hesitate to visit the website. And to conclude, we are going to watch a little trailer, a little video with this question: what if your future began at a world-class French business school? See you soon.
Come on.